I was driving home from school the other day when I realized something shocking as I was trying to keep my car from rolling downhill at a stoplight due to its terrible brakes. I don't have a wing SONA. For those of you who are unaware, a wing SONA is a design or character based on Wings of Fire who represents you. A large number of people have them in the fandom, like Shanite, Wings of Charcoal, and Frozen Gem. It's like a Fursona but from Wings of Fire basically. I do have a Fursona pedals who I appreciate very much, but it's about time that I had something more suitable to Wings of Fire, and a Snow Leopard isn't that. So I decided to design a wing SONA. Here's my process. Before we get started, if you are new to this channel, please think about subscribing. I regularly post both Wings of Fire and Warcats content, so you'll never be bored. And to my current subscribers, thank you very much for supporting me. I wouldn't have gotten here without y'all. So now let's begin. First of all, the tribe. It's fairly obvious what tribe I'm drawing right now, but let me discuss why I made this choice. The first three tribes I was thinking of were the Rainwings, Nightwings, and SeaWings. Rainwings are rather relaxed, and I do consider myself a cool person. However, they relax in the heightened energy and down to do anything sort of sense. And I happen to be an introvert if that wasn't obvious. Nightwings are incredibly academic and very secretive. They also have mind reading and seer powers, and all that appeals to me very much. However, I was more connected to the SeaWings over Nightwings. I've always loved the ocean and water parks. I actually learned how to swim at the age of 3. Like Nightwings, they are also academic. They have a standardized school system and a queen who writes. However, they may be a bit elitist. After I decided the tribe of my SONA, I just started to draw. I decided to pull up a reference to SeaWings because I've been trying to draw more diverse body shapes for dragons as they all used to look the same. I struggled a lot with the back leg on this one, and I promise I will get around to fixing it in one of the designs. Now we are on to the first design. This design is based off of my first Wings of Fire SONA, who I abandoned. I cannot remember what their name is, and I feel fairly guilty based on that. While writing the script, I called them Indigo for some reason, and I rechecked the release date of Darkstalker, and it was a year before I did this drawing, so nope, not Indigo. They were also the first character I drew on my first tablet, which I got 5 years ago last weekend. Though I replaced that, I kept my mic which I got around then, which I still use to this day and am using right now, so it's a really good mic. It's a Blue Yeti, by the way. The aspect I struggled most with on this design had to be the colors. I was trying to keep all the colors from the original at first, but it soon became apparent that the result would look pretty ugly, so I ended up adding in some blues to complement the purple and threw a shading layer over it. I also had to figure out what to do about the gills. While I could have adapted them more to my modern style, for some reason I decided to keep them as giant holes in the neck. I think it makes the design look more unique. The next design was based off of my more recent attempt at a SONA. I made her in a rush for art fights and she got a few attacks. Her name is Omniscient. Ooh, I still like that name, so I might use it for the SONA, or maybe I'll just call her Arcade, but that would be basic and it would fit more with a Nightwing. But so would Omniscient. Maybe I'll just call him Sea Dragon. Yeah, I'll keep that for now. So anyways, Omniscient has a Nightwing sounding name because they are a Nightwing hybrid leading to the star pattern on her underbelly. I also gave them teardrop scales because of that. They are an Animus and a Seer, and I decided to make them an Animus because the Nightwings and SeaWings have a pretty high concentration of Animus bloodlines. The hardest thing on this design by far had to be the armored scales and bioluminescent light placing. In case you didn't know, I hate drawing detail because I'm an animator, so I keep that to a minimum. With SeaWings, they have lights everywhere, so I have to decide what to get rid of and what to keep. On this Omni-based design, I decided to keep her face bioluminescent scales and give her armored scales up front. It'll make Aquatic awkward for her to say the least, but it saves me the pain of drawing her with 50,000 light up scales. The final design was the most simple for me. It was based off of my current SONA that I use for everything petals. Seeing as I'm so familiar with petals design, it was easy to adapt them. I know it sounds weird, but I didn't originally like petals. I made her for the sake of having a new SONA after I deleted my old channel and did not want my new channel to be associated with that old SONA. And for months after, I felt no connection with her, and I felt more connection with my old SONA, Heart. Here's the original ref. Looks weird, right? In this edition of the design, she was a house cat. though that changed pretty soon with my first revision. I also gave her a mohawk in that revision. I never drew the mohawk. I started feeling a good connection with her in December, over 6 months after she first became my SONA, the first time I updated her colors. She was originally a pale pink and I made her more purple. I also added hearts and made her more snow leopard-like. Since then, I've kept her pretty much the same, and I'm proud of what her design looks like right now. I made the heart pattern on her face into the bioluminescent scales of a SeaWing, same thing with her back legs. She looks pretty simple, but I like simple designs, and I don't think I've ever seen a SeaWing with pink featuring so much in the design before, besides for an enemy. These are her results. Comment which one you liked most down below, and I may make it my SONA. Also, I've now decided no matter what she looks like in the end, her name will be Sea Dragon. It's just too funny. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe. I make Wings of Fire and Warrior Cats videos pretty often, and your support would mean a lot to me. And to those who've already subscribed, thank you for your continued support. I wouldn't have gone here without y'all. Peace out.